What's going on, everybody? Thanks for joining me one more time for another installment of Hoggie's Quick Beer Reviews. Today I bring you an Imperial IPA, specifically this one from Saranac in upstate New York. This is their High Peak Series Imperial IPA. Now, I've only had one beer from Saranac before. That was their Pale Ale. I reviewed that a few months ago. You can find that video through my main page. But I wasn't too fond of it. I mean, I gave it a decent review, and it is a decent beer. But once I finished the six-pack, I realized that it was kind of grainy and kind of bland and just not that great. So I've been wanting to try another Saranac beer to see if they have something better to offer, if they can impress me with something. And I was at my local shop, and they do craft beer discounts on Thursdays. So I was over there yesterday, picking up something completely different, and I saw this. Never seen this beer before. And it was by itself on the shelf. It was just sitting there alone. It was the last six-pack of its kind. And I couldn't help it because, I love IPAs. So I picked it up, and we're going to find out what Saranac has to offer with this beer. Now, on here, just to let you know what it says here, it says, the first in our series, Saranac Imperial IPA is brewed with 10 different malts and 10 different hops to make a delectably flavorful and complex Imperial IPA. At 85 IBUs and 8.5% alcohol by volume, this is a beer that is truly meant to be savored. Enjoy. Okay, so 8.5%, that is Imperial IPA territory. And punching up Beer Advocate, like we always do, Saranac's High Peak Series Imperial IPA gets a B overall out of 201 reviews. Of course, it's brewed by the Matt Brewing Company, otherwise known as Saranac, in upstate New York. It's categorized as a double IPA or Imperial IPA, 8.5%. And if you're curious, the bros haven't tried it. So that's that. Now, another thing I want to read to you, just real quick before I crack it open. It says it on the six-pack here. It says, Saranac is a proud sponsor of the Adirondack. I'm not from up there, forgive me. It's a proud sponsor of the Adirondack Mountain Club. Proceeds benefit trail maintenance in the high peaks. So in case you're wondering where the idea for the series came from, apparently that was it. Now, I've been, I love IPAs, and I've reviewed a ton of them. I did the Brewdog Punk IPA last week, and, just to let you guys know, I am going to lay off the IPAs a little, because I've realized that there's so many different beers out there, so many styles, just so much of a selection. As much as I love this stuff, I want to vary it up a little more for you guys, because, a lot of my viewers, a lot of the people out there who come across these videos may be curious about many other styles than just IPAs. And I would be doing you guys a disservice if I stuck. And I try to vary. I do drink a lot of different styles, but I do a lot of IPAs. So I'm going to try to lay off and bring you guys some more stuff. The Belgian beers, Belgian styles, I want to do a little more of. It's not my favorite style, but again, just to share it and do something different, I'm going to be doing some more of those. But, there's a lot of stuff coming. There's so many beers out there. There's going to be a lot of reviews coming over the course of the next year. I don't know. So don't worry, guys. I'll try to touch base on everything, and I'm not going to forget the IPAs completely. Anyways, back to today's beer. Saranac, and of course, the cap. If you can make that out, a little Saranac logo. And let's see what this is like. Ooh, man, while it was still on the table, I got a whiff of hoppiness, and that is always a good sign. Now, it's pouring really dark, or dark for an IPA. A lot of you guys might already know this. I like the lighter color IPA. If it's too dark, that means it's too malty, and malty IPAs are not my cup of tea. Holding it up to the light, though, it's an amber, kind of an orangey amber, darker amber color. What's the bronze, copper kind of color, I guess. Looks good, and it is clear, filtered beer. And of course, as you can see there, Gave me a good inch and a half ahead there. but it smells good. It smells hoppy. It smells like it's supposed to. There's some malty sweetness under there. A bit of hoppy, fruity sweetness as well. Citrus notes. Even though the hop notes are present, they're obvious, they're strong, but they're not as sharp as I thought they would be. I mean, it smells good. It also smells like maybe a tad on the sweet side. So, let's dig in. Ooh. Ooh, that's bitter. Resinous, oily bitterness with a hint of lemon. There's a bit of lemoniness to that as well. That's good though. It definitely has a solid malty body. And there's definitely a bit of sweetness mixed in the aftertaste with the hop oils and the oil resins, hop resins that hit you in the back of the tongue when you're swallowing. There's a bit of sweetness mixed in there. The malt, you know what, as this warms up, this will get maltier. I can already tell, you know, if this was, like the thing says, if this was made with 10 different malts, you can tell because there is a strong malt presence to this beer, but yet the hops hit you first. The hops really grab you and just, you know, because in that first sip, it was just like my tongue and my mouth were just shrunken and surrounded by this hoppy, oily, resiny bitterness, which is exactly what I wanted. They really did use 10 different hops because it's hard to pinpoint. There's pininess, there's some citrus in there, there's some grassiness in there. But it's a little bit of everything. It's hard to pinpoint. It's hard to say it's more citrus, it's more piney, it's more anything. It's like it's all jumbled together and it's really hard to discern the individual hop flavors. You just get hoppy, oily bitterness. Not that that's a bad thing. The body is approaching medium, and underneath the hoppy bitterness there is that malty, caramelly sweetness. So like I said, as this warms, that'll come out even more. But yeah, this is a beer that can be savored. It's leaving some nice lacing on the glass there. And that 8.5, you do want to be careful with these. You don't want to have too many or too fast. But yeah, you know what? This is a good beer. This is a good IPA. But it's not spectacular. I'm enjoying it, but I'm not amazed. This is a strong glass, half full, maybe a little over half full, but that's about it. It's not mind-blowing. It's just solid. It's a sturdy, solid, easy-to-drink, enjoyable IPA, and there really is a complexity to the hop flavors and to the malt flavors. It's a good one to sit, enjoy, savor, and analyze. It really is. So if you're a fan of the style, pick these up. Saranac's done a good job with this beer, and it's good to know that my $10.99 is going to support mountain maintenance. I am a fan of nature, so that's always a good thing. But yeah, guys, not much more to say. Oh, wait, there is one thing I wanted to say. Any questions, comments, suggestions, or requests? Now's the time. In the next 2-3 weeks, I want to do kind of like a Q&A video, or another behind the beer video. If you guys saw that one I did a few months ago, I'm just answering questions and, you know, comments and whatever, and, you know, I want to try doing a few request shows. So if anybody has some requests, stuff that I can find, stuff that they sell around here, I'll be glad to do it. Just let me know, drop it in the comment, drop it on the profile, drop it on the email or a private message or whatever. Go ahead, let me know. Start sending that to me now. But aside from that, guys, this beer is pretty good. So check it out if you can find it, and let me know what you think. Cheers.